Hey Dennis, I want to welcome you here and stuff to
Thank you. Thanks
our
so
first
much.
Installment here of Antelope Valley Veterans Talk Radio, thanks
Good.
to Aerotech News. And,
Delighted to be a veteran, delighted to be here.
absolutely, and it's always good. You and I have had kind of a great history together for
Sure
such
we
a
have.
long time. Go back quite a ways, and of course everybody knows you as the past editor of the Valley Press.
Yeah, boy, a long time ago, 2015.
Right, and there you go, and it was always great because having a person that was a veterans advocate, in positions like that in a paper.
We had some real opportunities to do things there for a very long time at Valley Press, but I've got to tell you, I love what Aerotech News does in support of veterans.
Oh,
very
cool.
active supporter.
Yeah, and I couldn't be any more happier to be home here.
Sure.
I call this home here, and Paul and Lisa have given me a great opportunity to
They certainly have.
to share my my bloviating and blah blah blah, which I
You're a
find
natural-born storyteller, Bob.
There you go.
Now that we've stroked each other to death, what do we do?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Let's see if we can figure this out. A lot of people, once again, we've seen you, in the veterans community out here, working. You work at where now? You're at High Desert.
I'm a High Desert Medical Group, and I have a veterans community outreach role there. Every now and then there is a veteran to work with in therapy for some issues relating to their service, but more often it is a matter of helping with things like the Veterans Outreach that Grace Resources organizes.
Correct.
There's also Coffee for Veterans and the Community Coalition and various other groups. And
Right.
what you're looking for are the good faith players.
Mm-hmm.
You look for organizations that will support. Another good group is Vets for Veterans. Outstanding work there.
Yes, they are.
There's Operation All the Way Home. The Antelope Valley is just chock-a-block with veteran support organizations. Not all who play well together.
No, they don't.
But sometimes, though, when each defines what their particular niche or role is, they can be very supportive. Mental Health America, with its Military Resource Center, has probably reached emergency and transitional housing for 600 veterans and families over the last 4.5 years.
Wow.
So, or the last 5 years actually. So, that's material support for people who have earned it
Yes.
and who need it.
Yeah. It's nice to know that those. I'm very community based as far as
Of course
how I
you
see
are.
when veterans needs are
Yep.
need to be met. It's always great to have a community that steps up.
Well, I remember our catastrophically wounded hero, Jerral Hancock, and I certainly remember how quickly you were to his direct assistance. So was Dr. Doug Weber, our local dentist, who made sure that he didn't lose all his teeth after he'd lost half his body
Yeah.
in the war. So these are examples of where the work is found and doing it in a direct way.
Yeah, and bringing those resources. I remember J.D. Kennedy and that van issue of
Sure.
him, and it's amazing that sometimes veterans get the short end of the stick, especially somebody as catastrophically injured as he was.
Yeah.
And still there were people manipulating behind the scenes to where you think, how come this guy isn't getting the royal treatment? And still you find out that there's some dubious people out there. And
Ultimately, there was a good outcome.
yes, there was.
And as you recall, Jerral Hancock was wounded on his 21st birthday in the worst possible way. He was blown up in an M1 tank in Baghdad. His spinal cord was severed, burns on 30% of his body, lost his left arm. But he is tough as a $2 steak. He's got a terrific mind.
He is.
He also has a great family in support of him. And ultimately, all of the community resources that were assembled around him, which was in no small part yourself, the Fregosos at the founding, and then moved on to be the Lancaster High School history students,
Right.
the Gary Sinise Foundation, and that really is exemplary of even when people have personal differences, that they keep their eye on the goal, the end game. So what I'm happy to see is that Trooper Hancock of the 1st Cav Division is in a good home, that his kids are going to good schools,
Yes.
that his parents are able to support him in the way that's needed, and so we can be grateful for that.
Yeah. I'm glad to call him a neighbor.
Absolutely.
I'm right around the corner there. And
Oh, that's terrific.
when you live in the neighborhoods with Lee Ermey on one end of the street and
Yeah.
Jerral Hancock in the other and stuff, they keep us very focused on all things veterans
Sure.
related. So it's a good thing. So with that being said, and stuff, that's a good deal. I guess we're coming up on a break here.
Good to go.
When we come back, why don't we get into a little bit of Dennis's journey?
We can do that.
As veterans,
Sure.
as a veteran and your service to our country, and we'll take it from there. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Very good.